Plantation season has begun in arable regions of the country, especially the Tarai region, which is often dubbed as the breadbasket of the nation. However, the plight of the farmers remain unchanged. Lack of fertilizers and irrigation facilities has continued to dampen the country's productivity as paddy and rice worth billions of rupees is imported each year. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanamma and these are the headlines of the hour. 2 of the 5 justices of full bench issuing verdict on Nijgarh International Airport in favor of proceeding construction with minimum forest cut down. Nepal Oil Corporation states it has 23 billion rupees of payments to clear with the Indian Oil Corporation, prepares to take loan against its land in the capital's Teku. Ukrainian president asks NATO leaders for modern weapons and funds to support the country's fight against Russia, warns that the fighting could spill beyond its borders otherwise. And American John Isner sends 2-time champion Andy Murray out of Wimbledon, while Novak Djokovic enters into the 3rd round, defeating Australian Thanasi Kokkinakis. The full text of the Supreme Court verdict on the Nijgarh International Airport made public yesterday has ordered for finding an alternative location for Nijgarh International Airport. A majority of justices of the full bench of 5 justices had issued a verdict for finding another location for the airport, citing environmental impact of constructions. 2 of the justices had stated that the airport could still be built in Nijgarh by cutting less trees. The verdict prohibiting the construction of the airport has also directed for adequate environment assessment to ensure the least possible impact on natural resources. While 3 justices, Vishwambar Prasad Shrestha, Ishwar Prasad Khatiwada and Prakash Man Singh Raut had issued the verdict against the construction of the airport, Justices Hari Krishna Karki and Manoj Kumar Sharma had issued contrasting statements. With the verdict of the full bench, the construction works of Nijgarh Airport are to be stopped. However, the verdict does not mention anything about an alternative location. Now, the state's oil monopoly, Nepal Oil Corporation, has continued to report of losses despite the general public paying a hefty amount in fuel products. The corporation has now stated it has 23 billion rupees of payments to be made to Indian Oil Corporation, and preparations to take loan against its land in the capital's Teku is currently underway. The corporation has said 2,500 kiloliters of petrol and 6,000 kiloliters of diesel is consumed each day in the country. With the prices at high at the present, it might seem that the corporation is making good profits. However, NOC says it is still bearing a daily loss of 330 million rupees. Nepal Oil Corporation has yet to make payments of 4 months, for which the corporation is putting its 42 Ropani land in Teku as security against the loan of equal amount. So far, in the ongoing fiscal year, the corporation has reported a loss of 49 billion rupees, while the government continues to turn deaf ears. The corporation and experts too have warned Nepal might no longer be able to purchase fuel from India if the ongoing irregularities and government indifference continues. With the forecast of incessant rainfall from Monday until tonight, the Department of Hydrology and Meteorology has warned of high risk of water-induced disasters near riverbanks and hills. With landslides reported in several parts of the country, highways have been obstructed in several places, while the water levels of rivers like Koshi, Kankai, Kamala, Bagmati, Narayani, Rapti and Babai, among others, has increased. Public have been urged to remain alert about possible floods and landslides. Life across the country has been affected because of continuous rainfall in the past 3 days. 9 deaths and 3 injuries have so far been reported in the past 3 days because of water-induced disasters. Meanwhile, hundreds have been displaced already. Preventive measures have been expedited in several places to curb the damages of further possible landslides and floods in major rivers of the countries. The Department of Hydrology and Meteorology has already put the local residents of settlements near water bodies on alert to reduce possible losses of lives and properties caused by disasters. With the ongoing expansion works of the East-West Highway, diversions have been created in 80 different places. However, with some of these diversions swept by floods, hundreds of vehicles and passengers are left stranded. Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what should be done to curb the damages from natural disasters? Your options are A. Effective alert system, B. Construction of embankments, and C. Increase in awareness. Voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now, despite much publicity to celebrate 15th of Asar as per Nepali calendar as National Paddy Day, the country's import of rice is mounting with every passing year. Paddy farming is done in the Tarai belt, considered highly fertile to high hills of Jumla, covering around 1.4 million hectares of land. This massive land is 47% of the total fertile land. However, productivity is affected due to factors including lack of fertilizers and seeds, as the country produces 5.5 million tons of rice. The country, meanwhile, has a total demand of 7 million tons of rice, compelling the government to import the deficit. Data in the last 11 months of the fiscal year show that the country has imported rice worth 44 billion rupees. The country only exported rice worth 26 billion rupees same period of time last year, while if we look at the data dating back to 30 years, Nepal used to export rice to countries including the US and Gulf nations. Agriculture contributes 25% to the national GDP, with rice amounting to 15%. It means that the high or less amount of rice production has a direct bearing on the national GDP. The government, however, has failed to do more than lip service to uplift the cause of farmers in this agricultural land. In this context, in our Public Voice segment, we've asked people in several provinces regarding their take on ways to become self-sufficient in paddy production. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
सिँचाइ हुने ठाउँहरुमा घरहरु नबनाउने,
धानको बिउमा गुणस्तरीयता हुनुपर्छ,
पक्की कुलाहरु निर्माण गर्नु पर्यो,
विद्युतमा पनि अनुदान दिनु पर्यो,
राज्यले किसानलाई मल बिउ बिजनहरु उपलब्ध गराउन सक्नु पर्यो,
खेतीयोग्य जमिनहरु बढाउन पर्यो,
बाहिरबाट आउने धान चामलहरु बन्द गर्नुपर्छ।
आफ्नो जग्गाको आफूले चाहिँ उत्पादन गरेर लिन सके भयो गरे।
That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.